Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Kelly Evans-Wilson, and I have an opportunity to share with you some new research that I am working with two of my colleagues on called AI-Y. We are investigating kind of student perceptions of AI use. And I am actually working with Dr. Brandy Bagar-Fraley and Dr. Yurong Sweetland in this interdisciplinary project. We're kind of just started kicking off our research, so I wanted to tell you kind of how we came together and what our process is, where we're kind of at in this process, research process currently. So this kind of started probably our conversation maybe a year ago, last summer, and just kind of, as we continue to have conversations about AI, the use of it, what tools people are using, the three of us really kept coming back to the question, why are students choosing to use AI? So, and kind of wanted to really to try to understand the why behind it. And so how we started thinking about how we could collect some data on understanding one demographic of student. AI, such a broad topic, covers trying to figure out how students at various degree levels are thinking about AI and deciding or not deciding to use it. So we decided to kind of embark on a study with a small group of doctoral students in one of our English courses that students, one of the first writing courses that our doctoral students participate in. So again, thinking about the goal here is really how, kind of why students choose to use AI. So, and we had some guiding principles, as you can see. We really we want students to be AI literate. We want to ensure rigor and integrity. And again, we were just really trying to kind of understand where our students are, where they're coming to us, how they're coming to us, and then how can we help them move forward to be successful. So, so what we decided to do was focus on the English 820 course, kind of one of the first doctoral writing and research courses. And one of the assignments in the course asked students to do a slide presentation on their lit review on a project, their doctoral project that they're working on. So again, this is kind of early on in the process of their doctoral research. And so, what students were asked, they had a choice if they wanted to use an AI tool to develop their slides or not. And then if they did, we asked a few questions. Why did they decide to use the tool? What tool did they use? What prompt did they use? And then did you decide to revise the material? So we did that this past fall of 2024. And now we are in the process to start kind of preliminary reviewing the data to see if there is anything there. We're just kind of trying to get kind of a baseline of understanding and then decide if this is something that we want to move further with. Is there something there that we would like to dig into? So again, just trying to kind of do some preliminary data review and analysis, some thematic analysis, what's kind of coming out of those artifacts that we're going to examine. And then does this lend itself to a larger study, which would then require us to submit something to the IRB? But right now we're just kind of in that investigative time of this research. So like we said, we just, there was that assignment was put into the fall 2024 course. So there were 6 sections of that course. So we're just now starting to look at that data and see if there is something else out there. So we wanted to share. I know it's kind of early in the process for this research, but what we really felt strongly about is kind of sharing how this process works. I think from an interdisciplinary conversation, how did that conversation spark us to kind of move forward, and then how will this continue on our journey? So again, I think just we want to help our students, help all of you continue to think about research and continue asking these kind of big questions, but then actually doing something about it, continuing to be curious and saying, okay, but why? Or how does this really impact whatever the population, are continuing to ask those really good questions and then putting those questions into action and trying to find out information. So again, we know we're early on in the process, but we thought this was a really great opportunity to share how three of us from three different backgrounds. I work in accreditation. Dr. Sweetland is our director of assessment, and Dr. Bagar Fraley works with our doctoral students. She's also the chair of the faculty senate. So kind of three different perspectives, but yet we all are trying to better understand why students are choosing to use AI, and wanted to really start with this kind of select small group of doctoral students. So again, just wanting to kind of let you know where we're at. We will see where things go once we do this kind of first round of analysis, see if it does lend itself to continuing to dig in to this topic, and then just encourage you to remain curious, ask questions, be talking with folks that are curious as well, and then putting those thoughts into action. So you can see all of our contact information on the slide. We definitely would welcome your thoughts or any questions that you have as we pursue this research. Thank you so much for the opportunity to join me today, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.